injured around the sixth practice. So it was definitely like a blow to me because I was doing well and like I was just starting to rebound and work my way back. But hey, I guess you had setbacks sometimes. So I just rehabbed through the whole season, and I had came back around bowl practice or like mid-season last year and started just working back and getting healthy. And here I am in spring ball, like starting. So I'm just trying to basically just prove myself to the coaches and like prove that I can play here and just take the next step with Taylor Decker, Darryl Baldwin, and other new guys that's stepping up.
What was the injury? What happened to you?
I tore my ACL. I think it was like the 6th or 7th practice. Like it was just like kind of like a freakish thing. Like kind of like stepped on somebody's foot, but really didn't think of it or think nothing of it. And then like around 3 plays later, like just kind of gave out on me. So like it was like really nothing major where nobody just came and just took me out. Like it just kind of just kind of stepped on the wrong pass prone.
I feel like you're picking up kind of where you left off at those practices at this time a year ago, or has it been a struggle to get the momentum going? How's it been going?
I think starting back last spring, I started to like gain more of a reputation of just being consistent, and like I think I've picked that up. Like starting spring, and especially feedback from the coaches. Like there's obviously some stuff I need to work on, but I think I'm getting back.
Do you feel limited at all physically with the knee, or you?
The only time I really felt limited, just like coming back during, I want to say mid-season to bowl practice, but like with this injury, it usually takes about a year to like fully recover. So like. I'm still working. I mean, like there's some stuff I'm good at, but there's still some stuff I need to get better at, like just bending more. Like I'm probably playing a little bit too high now, but I think like with practice and just getting my hamstring back stretching, it'll come back around.
For you to be the pencil in as a starter, I mean, how significant is that for you?
Man, that's a long time coming. Like this is my 4th year, so I'm just glad I was able to adjust with the new staff coming in and like the culture change and like just being able to or me being able for them to look at me as a guy that can possibly be a starter for them and help contribute to the team.
We've talked to a lot of other guys about that culture change. How did you adjust to it? Was it easy? Was it hard?
It was just work, man. Like the coaches on your back. I mean, like it just had to be beaten into me. I mean, like it was just like a situation where I'm either do this or I'm either do that, and like I just had to choose the right path.
They're big shoes to fill on this offensive line. You personally, how do you kind of take that?
I mean, it's a challenge. Backing up guys like Andrew Norwell and seeing like the Jack Newhort's, Corey Lindsey of the world play. Like them guys were awesome. Like them guys were warriors. They went so. We just basically, as a whole offensive line unit, just trying to keep that culture going. Because from the time Coach Meyer and Coach Warner came in, we've developed like a warrior culture, and like I feel that's very important because Coach Meyer always preached that we're offensive line driven team. So I think that's really important for the whole starting 5 guys to really develop that culture. And by the time we start our first fall game, that we're doing that.
Did you always think you'd get a shot to compete for a starting job, or when you got hurt and with the new coaches coming in, the different things that happened in your career, were you ever concerned about maybe I'll never really get my chance?
I don't think it was that. It was just more so me, like just me being more consistent and my work ethic, excuse me. But I was just able to be more consistent and get my work ethic to where it needed to be. So, which really put me in a position to start.
The coaches were saying good things about you before you got hurt.
Yeah.
Last year, was it like frustrating to be like, okay, here I go,
yeah, right,
I'm coming around, and now this.
Because last spring, like I said, was like big decision makings and like changes for me. You know, like I just decided that I want to be a dude, and, you know, like just step up and help this team. You know, like do this. You know, like in a sense. So
Can you hold
really
this?
like kind of just. You know, like just like a step back, and it's shocking for me to get hurt. But you know, times like that, especially like you just gotta fight through it. You know, just look at it as kind of like a blessing in disguise.
So for you to be a starter now, for you to start in the fall, what do you have to do?
Basically just keep the consistency and just, you know, like prove that I'm a warrior and that I can do the same job Andrew Norwell did or any other starting left guard that played here and that was able to play, you know, like 12 straight games, 14 straight games, or whatever.
When you first got hurt a year ago, could you have imagined 1 year later you'd be starting left guard spring practice, or was it hard to think that far ahead, or what was kind of going through your mind at that point as far as coming back and getting back out there?
Me getting hurt, it was like I said, you know, it just came as a shock, and you know, my mindset, like coming into spring, was for me to try to win a starting spot, or at least, you know, be like a sixth guy that they could depend on. But yeah, most definitely, like it was like my goal was to start, but it's just when I got injured, you know, like it was just kind of like a setback. So I just had to regroup and just figure out what I was gonna do, you know, like just to keep moving forward.
How did you regroup? Like, were there people that you leaned on? I mean, were there tough times like sitting in your place, like being down, or like was it your teammates lifted you up, or your family, or how'd you get through it?
Combination of both, you know, mom, grandfather, sisters, most important my teammates, you know, and you know, Coach Mick and my coach and Coach Meyer just talking to me, and you know, like I just took it as a challenge. Got stronger in the weight room, like this upper body, and just, you know, just worked back.
So where you are standing here right now today in spring practice, you know, it's your fourth year. You've been here a while, getting through all this. How do you feel about where you are in your career?
I feel that right now in my career, you know, like I said before, like I've been here, like this is my fourth year, so I mean, like it's definitely like past due time for me to start contributing. So I mean, you know, like I just feel like it's either like now or never.
I mean, that's kind of, you know, that's kind of a cool thing to say, of like you're sort of putting yourself on the line, but it seems like you could have put on 100 pounds while you were hurt and been sad or whatever. It seems like you said it was sort of like a blessing in disguise. It feels like you used the time when you couldn't be playing to get yourself geared up to take this shot now.
I mean, like as a player, you can have like, you know, like the Myers of the world, you know, like the Warner of the world gets like yelling, screaming, gets bash you in and in. But at the end of the day, as a player, it's up to you to really make that decision to whether you're gonna either jump or you're like all in or just all out. I mean, that's just it.
And how long have you been all in?
Since last spring.
Okay. So it's like you were all in, and you got hurt, and now you're back, and you're still all in, ready to go.
Still all in.
Was there a point where you were like, man, this sucks, or how am I going to come back from this, or were you doubted whether you're going to make it back? Or?
Oh yeah, I mean, like there's, you know, like there was plenty of days or nights. It was like, oh man, how I'm gonna get back to this? I'm, you know, like, or they gonna recruit somebody past me, or you know, like this or that. I mean, like, there's been like tough days, but you know, like the strength staff and you know my coaches and my teammates, you know, just helped me through it. So it's been an easy ride.
Yeah,
or, you know, like a kind of tough ride, but my teammates and my coaches, you know, like made it easy.
Yeah. So to be here right now, standing first team, you know, left guard, you know, year after the injury. I mean, has worked out kind of the way as good as you could have imagined, I guess. I mean, it's all been worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like when it's time for your number to be called, hey, it's time to go.
Awesome. Well, thanks, man.